application for Nature Networks Fund round 4. If there'll be around 5, we don't know. Round 4 is on large heath and bog restoration. So here's the midnight up in North Wales, Snowdonia, and this is my patch where I go not far from Wrexham. This is pre-seed, so upland and lowland. We just submitted a project for the large heath. This little fella here. Of all the butterflies, you might disagree with this, I think this is the butterfly we know the least about in Britain and the UK. This one here, we know next to nothing about it, because I've had sites like this, which are really boggy, they're difficult to monitor, the weather can turn like that, and access is quite difficult. So the idea was we hopefully learn more. I'll tell you what we've submitted. We haven't got this money yet, we found out in December. So a 2-year development project starting in April of next year, will go until March 27, and it will include again a project officer if we get the funding. There is an element of recruiting and training volunteers, guys, but these are much more difficult sites. You think most parishes is difficult once you get on that stuff. And then we're going to start development for a training scheme. So this, as opposed to the bursaries, the Marshall one, this is going to be a full-year training place with our partners doing bog restoration. So this is all our large heath records we've got from North Wales, for Wales, sorry. This is everything, and the next one is turn of the century, so you can see they are quite declining. This is biased, guys, because people will go to get photos where they know they can see marsh tilleries. People don't go out to the wide expanse of the moors because it's so difficult, and you can see clusters here, that's Wixell Moss, this is Cors Bucknell and Cors Carron. Those are lowland sites, easier to access, but it's this bit here we've got to find out more. Interestingly in Wales as well, we've got 2 races. We've got the Davos race, which is only found here. It's also found like in the Manchester, used to be called the Manchester Argus around here. But we've also got the Polydama race, and that's pretty much the rest of Wales. So we've got 2 different races. The third one we've got is Scotland, which is all the way in Scotland. That doesn't make sense. So quite interesting. The difference is the markings of the spots on the underwing. They're much more prominent on Davos, which is found around here. So what are we going to do? So, what really bugs me, I'm a land manager at Trade, guys, what really bugs me is people will say large heath is an indicator of successful bog restoration. There's hardly any evidence to support that I'm aware of when anyone's presented to me. So we want to go out and see, does it actually create good large heath habitat? So we're working with our partners in most of these sites you can see here. We're going to go out in partnership and see when the bog restoration, how they did it, when they did it, etc., and look at the habitat. Is that good large heath habitat or is it not? Large heath, so that's a big part of it. Is actually, does it work first and foremost? And then we can't say it is a successful indicator. We want to improve our knowledge of large heath distribution in Wales, away from maybe Bucknell and Wixell Moss. I'd say, don't know enough, so we want to improve that. But also, a lot of what we know about what's good habitat from these guys is some studies in northern England and southern Scotland. Is that transferable to Wales? We don't know. That's actually, it should be, but let's actually find out this. So we could be doing stuff which we think is beneficial, but actually isn't. So we're actually going to go and do some studies on that. And then the combined data for habitat assessments, improved distribution knowledge, and recommendations of future restoration efforts. So, very crudely, guys, let's imagine Wales as one bog site. We've got large heath here, we've got large heath here. Could be some restoration work there. If you do it there, you're going to flood them all. We're not going to stop heath bog restoration because that's the bog for the species, but so it's a bit more informed. And all our partners we've spoken to, whether it be LW, RSPB, National Trust, everybody thinks, yes, this is a good idea. So fingers crossed we get it. Cross your fingers until 31st of March for me. And I know about part of our development project, we do want to do a large strategy for Wales. I'm not one for writing strategies for the sake of it, guys. If all our partners put into it, it'll be a useful document, and hopefully it'll be all of us making the decision together, not just one of us. That's what we want to get towards. Well, let's move on quickly. The rest is really, really skimming now, guys. The other priority species, what are we doing about them? So brown hair streak. Really quickly, guys, brown hair streak is, ignore the rest of England and Ireland, but just keep your eyes on Wales here. This is 95 to 99, so maybe that. Let's keep your eyes on this little block here. We move along to 2010, 2014. You can see a little bit of contradiction. And if we go on next to 2019, boom, we've lost a lot in a short amount of time. This is 2015 to 2019. So something's going on in Wales which isn't happening in England. In England, they're spreading, they're doing it right. In Wales, it's like, oh dear, what's going on? And Date of butterflies report guys 2022. This is total abundance change and distribution. This is the UK average, very minimal. This is England, minimal. Get to Wales, we've got big declines. Well, we can't actually produce a trend in distribution. We can only do it for abundance. I'll come to that shortly. But something's going on in Wales which isn't happening in the rest of England, so we need to know why. And then a bit more of a graphic diagram here. Now guys, there's Brown Hare Street records, 1990 to 2014. Hopefully you can read the bearings. Yeah, this is Pembrokeshire here, and we've got Carmarthenshire, Ceredigion. I'm going to go along now to 2015 to 19, and that's quite a drop. And that is not down to surveyor effort, because we've got Richard and volunteers. You go out, and Thomas here, you can spot a Brown Hare Street Gallagher 100 miles away. That is quite a drop. So what's happening? This is a thing we need to get developed. So we held a meeting with the LMPs of Pembrokeshire, Ceredigion and Carmarthenshire, and we're looking to see if we can get a cross-border project sorted, because each LMP has a little pot of money, which is good. You combine those 3 pots of money together, ooh, we've got a bit of money then, maybe we can do something. We're also potentially looking at a PhD to see what's going on there. Also, we've got to get some UV torches out, Richard. We've got to get some UV torches out, some larvae iridescent, so we can maybe... So this is a place, so we are considering Brown Hare Street, and developments are ongoing as I'm stood here talking to you now. So hopefully this time next year I'll be able to tell you something that we've got for Brown Hare Street. Peelboard Fertility. So I mentioned this one in this talk a wee bit. Peelboard Fertilities. All records for Peelboard Fertilities, guys. So this is quite depressing, these maps, but it just brings a message home. These are all our records of Peelboard Fertility in Wales. That's turn of the century, so it's quite a drastic decline, and then this again is as of 2015. So they've disappeared. We've got 6 sites now. We've got Ceredigion, National Trust site here in Sumnall. That's our nature reserve, Whale Thrux. This is the cluster in around Welshpool. We've got one right on the border here. Claremont Rocks is there on the English side, but on the Welsh side. So really, really, 6 sites, guys. We're very worried about them. So what are we doing about it? Again, as I'm talking, projects are being developed. My Earth Rocks, guys, this is the BC Museum, haven't been. We've got limestone pavement there. It's absolutely stunning site. This is Claire Williams, as some of you may know. She used to be based in South Wales. She's now a conservation manager up in the north, so Mark's equivalent. And this is Julian Mendel, who works for BC. He helps oversee all our reserves, things like all the solicitor side of it, boundaries, stewardships, things like this. So we're already starting to plan and scheme how we can do like a landscape project in and around the reserve, because our site, we own it, and we use it as a basis to spread them out. So that's been the other talk. Simon said I could use this picture. There's Simon here. This is Middletown Hill. Last year we managed to cut some wide rides just along the public rights of way. We got around it, the landowners saying we're maintaining your pass for you. We went back there this spring and we saw 19 Peelboard Fertilities. 17. All along this cut area here. I've got a bunch in past time to double check about what we present to the landowner about what we're going to do, and we'll look to apply for some funding there to make sure they're not lost. And these are Montgomeryshire voluntary sites where we're in good contact with, and it's a good partnership. They're good guys, they're doing their best, but we all need a bit of help. And the last one is down here in Ceredigion. So we mentioned Nature Networks Fund quite a bit. There's a Nature Networks Fund project ongoing here where we provide a letter of support to the National Trust. And do you remember Russell Hobson? He used to be here. So Russell Hobson attended a site visit because he knows his site better than anyone. Met with the National Trust guys, and we talked and planned out where we're going to target that work. It's all for capital work, so we didn't see many this year, guys, but this year's been a bit pants, but let's hope they're not lost. Let's hope they're really not, but Peelboard Fertility is, yeah, it's high ground territory for me. About it. The last one, Crystal Skipper, guys, this bloody little fella here. What we did that was, again, it's that same slide again, guys, to get why is it a priority? All records, turn of the century, as of 2015, so really limited distribution in Wales, and again, yeah, a lot of the sites where it's disappeared from, there's transit walks there, people know what they're doing, so we don't think it's under recording, but they're disappearing, and we're really, really worried. So NLW, there's been a bit of NLW bashing today, but they funded BC to do an assessment of the grizzled skipper throughout Wales, to give you an idea. So that's been done by Claire and Mark and George as well. So just grizzled skipper, we've gone out and we've done surveys of all the key grizzle skipper sites to give us an idea of what's going on. So this is an LD Kaiwa. Down here, there's George, there's Mark, pretending to work. They were just chatting about rugby, I think. There they are doing assessment and combine that with the drab looper, so it's thinking of more than one species. This is the Wrexham Industrial Estate here. It's a fantastic partnership with Wrexham Industrial Estate. There's ourselves, North Wales Wildlife Trust, there's amphibian and reptile conservation because of great crescent newts on site. But this could become national stronghold in Wales, and it's an industrial estate. It's been abandoned and things have moved in. That could become a national stronghold for Wales, we shall see. But we're in partnership there, and we're giving recommendations for advice on custody regimes and scrub control, and they're responding as per the Transacts, which is good. This is Panoramic Rocks, which Simon mentioned, only on the Welsh side as far as I'm aware. I've never seen them on the English side.
Well, I think they are sometimes on the English side. And certainly in that area, grizzle skipper is very common on the English side.
Okay. And we've just, as I mentioned a wee bit in this talk, we're working with the Greys there. We've just submitted an INRS application based on this site for scrub control and conservation grazing. So hopefully something else. And the last site I'm going to walk to, there we are, this is lovely Pendine. If you ever been, there's a lovely MOD Pen Sand Dunes. Mark gets to play in there and Camp Grizzle Skippers. And then Mark's been back, he's giving presentations to the MOD about what they can do to manage for them. So we're doing stuff going on everywhere. I'm so proud of the team, we're all working so hard, and so many such amazing things. And we're giving everything we've got, I promise. And hopefully this will inform us more, and again we can go for more funding. So that's Grizzle Skipper. Some of you may be asking, what about the secondary species? What about other things that are disappearing? So, pull out a few examples. Still listed in blue. George mentioned it a little bit about there's a podcast nature networks fund there. The scrub control for the Silky Way will be benefit some listed in blue. Grayling, I've started working with Talaka Wong Wardens here, which is a key grading site. So there is stuff happening for these not priority A species, priority B. So we are doing things for those guys. You will see the grading there. Brilliant, isn't it? Fantastic. So we are doing things for those guys as well. Dingy skipper as well, they would like dingy skipper, so first I found here, and also wood whites guys. Wood whites are found in this part of Wales. We get sporadic records coming over. George mentioned a few of these travel leader sites that used to be found there. I personally think if they got opened up, George, they come over and they thrive. I think we shall see them. Wood whites there as well. The next video is not going to work, I'm sure. I'm just going to just break my talking. No, let's move on, we don't have time for that. Basically, it's the male. You see that thing he dances with females, isn't it? Trying to get to me, yeah. But anyway, it's not going to work, let's move on. Right then, so then, now, gap analysis as well. So I've talked a lot about data and species, and we need to know more, guys. The gap, so this is done by the UK BMS, the Middle Book oversees it, and this informs our data butterflies reports. So whenever you see a butterfly report, all the data goes into that, is what I'm going to talk about now. But we haven't got enough. So if you guys have got a bit of time on your hands, you want to get more involved, there's some species here which would be really useful if you could. The following species we can't generate full trends for, and that's abundance and distribution. So not wood white, you can argue we're not going to be able to, it's restricted. White admiral, possibly similar. Large sheep, hopefully will action that. Grizzle skipper, hopefully if you clear the marks where we can get access start to monitor more regular. Essex skipper spreaded, marble white is. Purple hair streak as well, I'd love to see that new methodology. Have you also seen the new methodology for purple hair streak? Can you go out in the evenings instead? As opposed to a normal transect. In the evenings you look for them. Paul Taylor, who's not here in Ceredigion, he's doing a lot of success in Ceredigion. So let's roll that a bit more. So anyone maybe can't come out in the middle of the day, but they could towards the end of the day, getting some more info on purple hair streak could be good. So these species we can't generate enough data for. We can't do much about them, guys. We don't know how they're faring and where they are. So hint, hint, and spread the word to your friends as well. Next one, to allow improved analysis, we require increased sites for the following. So we can generate a trend in Wales, but just about, but ideally we like a bit more information. This includes a small pearl, green hair streak, white hair streak, silver watch, dingy skipper. I'm sure you all know sites for all these species. If you think you do, and access for them being issued, get in touch and we can start to get more data for them. And last but not least, the lowest not priorities are in our current strategy. Who knows in the future after this summer, but we could do more information on some really common species like green vein white, gatekeeper, common blue, common and orange tip. So again, we can do more data to make it more robust. So if you don't know sites where some of these lads are found, you may know sites where these guys are. Hopefully. Maybe in like, next door to where you live, you work from home, you can set up a transect there. Right then, Sumnall. Before you can get involved in UK BMS, you have to volunteer for us, and to volunteer for us, you have to register with our new system. I'm at my depth now, guys, so I'm going to be very cruel. Any questions, speak to Mark, Andrea and Doc. Yeah? Right, this has been rolling out since October of last year. This is a volunteer package. When we bought it, BC bought it, we picked it. It's the best benefits for you guys, our volunteers. The RSPB use it, for example. So the volunteer management system, with GDPR and all these new scams and people hacking left, right and centre, we've got to start protecting our data more to protect us as BC, to protect you guys as well as volunteers. So, this is an important tool in supporting BC to go volunteering, help protect our work, help we said that, haven't I? I'm pleased to draw this off Kate Barrett, who's our head of volunteering, so I can't possibly misquote her. But the idea is, it's a benefit for all of us. It helps protect everyone. Everyone's online banking now, everyone's got all personal details, we just need to look after that, and this new system will allow us to do that. We want more volunteers, guys, but we need to interact differently. So, the way we've done things traditionally, maybe new volunteers coming in, maybe they want to interact with different to us, and how we've done things for years, which has worked, I know, but things are always changing and updates. This is a digital package, and you'll be able to access events and talks and walks and see what training you've got. It is a really cool system. It makes training. Right, it's helping recruitment, sharing using campaigns. So this way, it's not just all lots of emails coming up and Paul Richards has got everybody's name, who he has to include. It's a simple click of a button and it goes out to all of you. And you can pick and choose what you want and what you don't want. It's really cool. So some common questions is do I need to register if? I pulled these out in case you asked. I'm already registered with Assemble for an organisation like the RSPB. Yes, you still get registered for us. So if you use Assemble elsewhere, you still need to register for BC. I have a home, personal, accident, travel insurance. Lots of people think it's just about insurance and health and safety. There is an aspect of that. But you still need to register with it even if you've got no insurance. And I've got a computer. We can do it for you over the phone. You can't be doing that one, guys. One time we collect once, twice a year. You've still got to register, guys. You must register with the system or you can't volunteer with us. I attend a partner event. The maybe one is there. If it's a well, I'll let you read it yourself. Well, I'll read it. You can't read the back. If it's a BC event, we're running the event, yes, you've got to register. If BC joins the event, so National Trust, Inc., Wildlife Trust, then you haven't got to because they're running the event and we're joining them. But if it's a BC-led event, then you must register. I only survey to Transept, while Countryside Square, yes, you've still got to do it. Big butterfly camp in your garden at home, no worries about you're at home, do what you want, that's fine. Really quickly, so roll out the next steps. This is going to get some. So all branch chairs registered, thank you. And 11 branches and all their committee members registered. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As September, 90% of committee members are registered, so we're getting there. There will be stuff coming to the branches via the committee for all of you soon. That will be coming, if not already. I'm not sure if you have stuff here online. It might be in your box from England. We shall see. Next deadline for registration, guys, 1st December. This is absolute. If you're not registered by 1st December, you can't volunteer for us. You must be registered to do this. So if you don't know how, you're concerned about it, it's very simple, it's very easy. Get in touch and we can help you. But this date isn't going away. That's bang. Sorry guys, very bad news, but it'll be worth it, trust me. Our priority now is to register volunteers, the training to come for specific features. And if you are a UK Girls volunteer, there has been an extension to March 25. If you do that, otherwise, you've got to sign up. Everyone happy with that? Not really, but you know about it now, you've been told. That's the main thing. Right, let's do the fun stuff. Some other stuff. Big butterfly camp. Who did a big butterfly camp? Why isn't everyone hand up? Everyone's hand should be up. Big butterfly camp this year, we'll be back next year and we'll have some results specific to Wales. If you didn't do it, hang your heads in shame, guys. It's really easy, you can do it online, you can get a chart if you want, you can also use an app on your phone. Really simple, you go outside, you count butterflies in 15 minutes. There's a study done last year, it's good for this. It's good for your mental health, it's good for your well-being, it gets you outside, you turn off, you just count your butterflies. Brilliant. And some daytime moths, sorry. And there's 6 opera nets on there, silver wine. Sorry guys, but if you don't do it, promise me you'll do it next year. Everyone promise? I'm not convinced you're invisible. So in Wales this year we had over 4,500 volunteers. This month that's up 5%, and counts we had over 6,000 counts, up 15%. So there was an increase in Wales. In England it declined. We really pushed the promotion in Wales this year. I was on Radio Wales, I was on Heart FM Wales, and all sorts that I didn't even heard of. But hopefully it'll work. But spread the word, guys. More counts the better. Total number though counted, despite the increase, was 40,000. So drop of 35% in the number of butterflies counted. So more people got involved, but so you can't say it's less people getting involved. There were less butterflies involved.
I agree.
Yeah, the average number of counts 15 minutes was 7, only 17, a decrease of 42% the year before, and the lowest in the history of the counts in Wales. So worst count since it started over 10 years ago. The top 5 species people saw: meadow brown, large white gatekeeper, small white minglet. But in total, 85% of species showed declining numbers. The most biggest one was red admiral, showed a decline of 86%. Last year was a really good year for red admiral, let's not forget that, but still 86% decline. And last year, Comet, Holly Blue had the best results ever. This year, they declined by 71%, 85% respectively. So 2 really common species. And small copper and small white had the second worst years ever. So pretty grim. Yeah? Why are you finished on that slide you're asking for? Well, what can you do about it? Well, you can count them. If you can't get out these little nature reserves, these little landscapes I've shown, you can do something in a local patch. If you haven't got a garden, you can do some local community space, you could do something in an allotment, you could do something in the school grounds, so I'm going to give an example of what schools can do. So what you could do, guys, to help us, because all these common species are disappearing, not just the high ground and the billboarders, these guys are disappearing, that's really scary figures, is, have you all heard about our wild spaces? Oh, we're failing, you know about wild spaces? Wild space is exactly what it says, it's a wild space. There's a lovely website you can go to, where's the website? wildspaces.co.uk. It's about creating hands to wild spaces, butterflies and moths to complete their life cycle. Not just putting a bit of seed down, a lovely hay bed when it's cut. That's like the summer or the winter, so they complete their life cycle. So it's where larvae can overwinter, for example. It's putting larval food plants down when they actually lay their eggs on. Not just putting a bit of, like, I'm sorry, demonised buddleia now. Not just having buddleia in your garden, which is for nectar, but having something which flowers and then they can lay their eggs on and they can overwinter. So it's all, this is a fantastic resource, guys, and the guys that did it are absolutely brilliant. A guy called Steve Graves led on it. There's a blog on there, there's videos, examples of what you can do. It really tell you what you can do. And if you think, you know, what can I do? If everyone did a wild space right here now, then look how much, that's almost like a nature reserve in itself, yeah? All guidance of what you can do and where. I do in my garden, guys, for example, and I get, that's an orange tip keeper. I purposely grow garlic mustard in my garden. It's not on a road, it doesn't get cut down. I have arm tips in my garden with buoys. Small tortoiseshell. How many small tortoiseshells see this year, guys?
One.
Yeah. I saw 8. And 6 of those in my garden. And I'm getting about quite a bit of wild ones than I'm potting them on now. Gardens, you know, could be refuge. That's on ragwort. I keep ragwort in my garden. I also have nettles in my garden, they lay eggs. I'm not saying that we're going to solve the small tortoiseshell crisis with wild spaces, but it's only going to help. So everywhere I went and throughout Wales, 2 a year, 6 in my garden. So if everyone did a wild space, so the small tortoiseshell, orange tips, holly, you know what you see in your garden, guys, you can help them. And if you can't do one, please do spread the word to other people. Let everyone put the wild space and we'll have it. I think I'm done now, I promise. Yes, thank you for listening.